All right, part 3 of foam rolling, self-myofascial release. This one is for the upper body, all right? Few different things that we're gonna look for in the upper body. So we'll start with the pec, all right? The pec, you have the pec major clavicular, which is basically right here. It does this motion here. You have pec major sternal, which is more diagonal here. Then you have pec minor, okay? And pec minor is kind of more responsible for somewhere around this motion, okay? Now, contrary to popular belief, the pec does not actually do that, but that's a whole different topic, okay? So when we're rolling the chest area out, try to go through the range of motion within the muscle or the region that you hit. So if I'm kind of right in the center, that's going to be a little bit more pec sternal, okay, which goes from here basically to here, and try to open it up. I call these like sword pulls, all right? So open it up that way. If you're on the higher end, like the clavicle area, we're going to go more out, all right? And then if you're more in the pec minor area, I'm going to kind of go, I like to kind of almost do like a little dip motion here, okay? Just kind of try to open up and retract that shoulder blade and feel that bad boy move. So that's how we do the chest. Now, getting into the arm and the shoulder. This way you need to take a little precaution on. So I always tell people, if you want to roll the arm out, okay, fine. You like to get the forearms, flexors, extensors, fine, no problem. Tricep, cool. The bicep area you got to be careful with, because the long head of the bicep tendon, the way it ties over this bicipial groove here, if this tendon slips, which is a common thing, this bicep tendon can slip. I'll do a whole other video on bicep tendon slipping. But typically that tendon will slip medially when it slips, all right? Now, a lot of times you won't even know you did it. It's not like a lot, if you do it, you won't necessarily always feel like a big pop or something like that. But typically it can manifest as shoulder pain down the road. So be careful if you are rolling the bicep and into the shoulder, all right? The bicep tendon is right up in here, okay? You'll feel where the chest ties in, where that front delt ties in, where the bicep tendon ties in, just kind of that whole general region. Be cautious, and be cautious if you're doing the bicep. What I basically will coach people on is, if you're going to roll the bicep, take your time, and if anything, go laterally. Do not really come immediately, because again, the bicep tendon, if it slips, it typically slips this way. And so if nothing else, we don't want to be pulling down this way, because I think you have a chance of aggravating it. So I usually say, if anything, put a little pressure that way, or just straight down onto the muscle. And then just take your time, go through some basic range of motion like that. Shoulder, take your time, go through some basic lateral delt range of motion, all right? Tricep, okay, it's fine, take your time, go through some basic range of motion. The other big one is going to be the teres area, all right? So now the teres is way back here, okay? It's on the posterior side, right near that armpit area. If you push nice and hard out there, you'll feel him, okay? So if you can reach him, get in there, okay? And go through some things that are a little bit overhead. You can even go into some external rotation if you want, and just try to open that bad boy up, okay? You can even do something like some glenohumeral cars. Again, reference the cars videos. So the teres minor is a big one that I like to work on as well. As far as the trap goes, you could get it. You can roll on the trap. Don't go rolling on the neck. That's not smart. Just go right into the trap, kind of right at the muscle belly. Dig through there, okay? You could very gently tilt a little bit. Do not excessively do that, though, so you don't hurt your neck, okay? You could also kind of go through some shoulder shrugging like that, all right? That's kind of for just general in the upper body. I don't have two lacrosse balls or tennis balls taped together, but a lot of times I will have that taped together, and I'll work more of the spinal muscles through here. That takes a little bit more instruction, and that's not appropriate for these videos right now. That's more of an in-person type thing. But that's for the upper body. Again, go through active ranges of motion with it. Take your time, be careful, stay away from dangerous areas. And that is your introduction to fascia work for the upper body. As always, you got questions, comment below, or shoot us an email at info@elitelevelperformance.com. Thanks.